Welcome. We are starting our run off for a mystical only. As you can see, we are naming ourselves, picking our character names. We're going to go with Pegasus in order to get Injection Fairy Lily as our starting monster. With that, we'll have access to Mystical Elf for our starting monster that we're going to be using for this run. It will be a Mystical Elf only, so yes, I'll have some other monsters suffuse into the Mystical Elf, but I will not be doing any attacking with anything besides the Mystical Elf. The whole purpose is to try to run through the game with just Mystical Elf. So as you can see, we will be siding with Seto. Well, you guys haven't got to that part yet, but Seto is who we will be siding with. And that will be, I believe, the Yorkist. But, the Yorkist, and I'm trying to remember what the other one is. Yeah, I honestly forget what the red one is, or the other one rather. So that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. So like I said, we will be siding with Seto, so we're going to go first up against Taya. But before that, I will be trading myself some of the mystical elves. So that way, well, I'm trading myself one mystical elf, and I will end up putting in a code in order to get the other one for the duel. And with that, as you can see, we're making a couple quick deck changes, and I do apologize, the audio cut out there, so I will end up putting something else in that place. Just kind of have a void besides my voice, because it can definitely not be good. Yes. So we will continue on. It's going to be pretty straightforward while we're editing the deck, getting some more mystical elves, just so that way we will be able to have more than one and not have to rely on the fusions. I'm not looking to make my deck crazy, OP, or anything like that. It's more or less just to carry us on through. It is possible to have an extremely jacked mystical elf, like to the point where it is in fact 9999 for attack and defense. I've done it before, way back when, after I beat the game and found out mystical elf can be kind of broken at times. So it's always a fun time when you have something like that. So our first opponent will be Taya, and Taya isn't challenging. Pretty much simple duel, basic starting duel. You know, doesn't pull out anything crazy. Just an angel deck, fairy rather, not angel. We're gonna start it off with mystical elf. Was it? Yeah, mystical elf. Some traps, just to kind of set up, just to get an idea of how the duel is gonna unfold. As you'll see as we go along, we will get more, and if you have a elf card and a fairy card, you will be able to fuse them into a mystical elf. Or if you have, well, not a fairy, if you have an elf and a light spellcaster, you can make a mystical elf. Sorry, I just drew such a blank. At least I think that's what it is. So we're going to start getting out our mystical elves and start pumping them. It doesn't take long to get them overpowered because the flip effect increases their power and defense by 800, or rather, not just them, but all light monsters you control by 800 when flipped up. So if you have three of them, that's 2400. It won't be hard to have them overpowered beyond belief. And, it's an interesting concept to use. Not often I've seen like a single monster just kind of start snowballing. Now, it is possible, don't get me wrong, naturally. This is mainly because of all the different kind of power-ups, effects in this game. But one that only starts off with a base of 800 power to start really, really snowballing into an extremely powerful creature, always fun. And the more you do it, the more you see. Oh, that's a terrible card for this deck. Now, we're just going to fuse some monsters away. They're not going to actually be used. Any kind of attacking will be done with Mystical Elf and Mystical Elf alone. I will not be using any other creature cards to attack. It will just be done entirely on Mystical Elf. And when I was playing, I was trying to figure out why my Mystical Elf had a power down. And I think it's the terrain, like the terrain that dampened its power there. Mystical Elf will receive power-ups on Darkfield, I believe, because it's Spellcaster. Meadows will decrease its power. And because of that, you will see a 500 stat point difference because of that. No, I moved it off and attacked. So yeah, it got decreased in power somehow. Oh wait, never mind. It did not. I was just dumb, apparently. So then we're starting to really whittle her life away. And like I said, she's not hard at all. Pretty straightforward. She regains life. That's annoying. But anyway, just slowly wither her down, hunt her down, build up a little wall, get a Malevolent Nuzzler, because that helps. That's one of the cards that power up exclusively female cards. So like Gemini Elf, Dark Elf, Mystical Elf, Harpy's Lady, Harpy Ladies, just a wide variety of other things. See, there you go, 32, 37. And we'll just slowly whittle away everything, gaining power, working our way up, just so that way we can get to where we need to be. She is now starting to run pretty cut and dry. Just hunt her down, beat her, continue on. But it's just more or less the time that it takes to get to that is always the fun part. And as you've seen, I did have another power-up card in my hand. We will just slowly start boxing her in. She will try to put up a fight, and really won't make it much of a difference. See, I don't know why her AI likes to be dumb. She actually moved her card away. Now she has herself wide open to be completely boxed in. And with that, it will just be more or less a quick cleanup. Power up a monster for no reason. And then she will move a couple things. Not really do much of anything for the final here. And then we will just, well, not yet, but she will pass. And then I will attack for game. And with that, our first match is done with our Mystical Elf only. I do plan on having other kind of runs, and this is one that I am just kind of testing out to see how it goes. Now, I might have other creature cards just power it up and increase their effects, because that, I don't know how to pronounce it. It was a card I just got with the green hair. She powers up when flipped up. Cards that have less than 1,000 power gives them an additional 1,000. So please comment, let me know how you guys like it, and if you want me to do more. Alright, thank you.